share stories with people to help them grow.
Okay, all right. So, well, that kind of classify you as an inspirational artist, then, because if your music inspire and is mostly about love. But now, I think I may have skipped a step though. So, well, first of all, when did you even know that you could sing? Did you start out in the church?
Yes, I did start off in the church.
Okay, that's like a requirement. Just to those listening, if you're a
Yeah.
normal listener of the show, that's a requirement in the Southern Soul realm. I did forget one thing too, though. I need to go back because I know if you're a normal listener, I did leave out about our ticket giveaway. So we do give away tickets at 6:45. That's a quarter till. And to win those tickets, you have to be able to answer a question that is from the interview. So the tickets that we're giving away today is to the second annual Southern Soul Independence Day Southern Soul and Blues concert at Ground Zero Biloxi. That's July the 6th, Sunday, July the 6th from 3 to 7. We're giving away two tickets to those to the correct caller that can answer our question. And we'll have that question for you a little bit later. So now, back to you. So now, what was your so you learned how to sing in the church, but what was the inspiration behind you saying that, hey, I want to become a recording artist?
Well, I sang in the church for years and years and years, and my cousin and my aunt, they are owners of the Village in Lexington, Mississippi, and they were like, "Hey, come sing a song for us at one of our shows." And I was anxious because I do have stage fright. I'm growing out of
Had
that. Yes,
Oh, you
had.
still growing out of it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, certain situations. And that's what I focus on is being truthful about myself.
Okay.
I am honest, and so they were like, "Come on, let's try it." And so I got up there and I sang "Clean Up Woman," and I fell in love with it.
Mhm.
I enjoy the environment. I have always loved to sing. And so my family is very musical. So my aunts, more of my great aunts, they used to open for the staple singers. I have cousins who sing in several the quartet groups, things of that nature. And I decided that what, let's try it. You only regret the things you don't do.
That is so true. That is so true. And then a star is born.
Oh yes.
And so now, in that during that time, how long ago had that been again now?
Whew. Now I probably started that probably in about 2015, 14, somewhere in that ballpark. But I never really got serious about doing anything for myself until about 17, 18,
Okay.
and really wasn't serious about it then until a couple years ago. Once I started wrapping up school, and I was like, you know what? I think this is something that I really want to do.
And now during that time, when you started wrapping up school and you decided that this is what you want to do, what are some of the ups and downs that you have experienced being an artist that you don't mind sharing at least?
Oh, I don't mind. It's a loss of time sometimes, and I will say that my family has been so supportive. I've missed some of the time where I could just sit down and read a book or, just blow time, but I realized that I have to buckle down. So I have a planner. They call me I'm OCD almost. I have a calendar. I have a big calendar that I take everywhere with me.
Okay.
So I have learned to plan accordingly and fit in time that I can relax, but also I have to stay focused on everything that I'm doing. So maybe a lack of just spontaneous time sometimes, but other than that, I really don't have any regrets about doing what I'm doing.
Man, so now that's great to first of all, I see that you live without having regrets because you stepped out on faith and did what you like to do and doing what you love to do.
Yes.
So now, what do you enjoy the most about being an artist? Then, like, what is it that say this is what I really love about this?
I enjoy meeting people. It's bringing me out of my shell. I I used to be very reserved, and I worked very hard to come out of that shell and learn to talk to people. And you realize that, everybody has a story, everybody has their struggles, and it just makes you a more well-rounded individual when you can just go out and say, hey, I do know that person. We share some of the same struggles. We can bond over these things. Hey, they have some solutions. I have some solutions to some problems that, we feel alone when we don't talk to each other. And
Yes.
when you learn to communicate effectively, you realize that, hey, I'm not alone. It's okay for me to mess up sometimes. And even though I've messed up, I get up and I do better next time.
So now, what are some of your biggest moments thus far that you've had as an artist? Like, have you shared the stage with somebody who you was a fan of, and if so, who would that be?
I have opened for Bobby Rush.
Okay, the
Um,
ultimate legend of
yes,
Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi,
yes.
especially.
I've opened for LJ Elkels
Okay,
before,
that's my guy.
and Big Yayo.
That's my
Mhm.
country cousin.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, so I've been around a little bit,
okay, all right,
but mostly in Lexington, and now I'm trying to expand my circle because I'm from Holmes County.
okay,
So trying to, oh, and I cannot fail to mention McKinney Blues Band Williams.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
he's the
Blues
one
man.
who he kind of gave me the kick to actually go and try to do this professionally and not
Man,
just, on the side.
yeah, that's my guy too. So, so you're actually from Lexington, then, by the
Yes,
way.
I am.
Okay, you said Holmes County, and I see you mentioning Lexington because that's the question I should have asked earlier. So Lexington County in the building, down here in Hines County. I mean, Lexington, Holmes County is in
Yes.
Hines County. Okay, excuse me. So now, with that being some of your biggest moments that you have had thus far, what are some of your dream moments? Like, who is your dream collab, and who have you already collab with too? Also,
So far, I have collabed with the Soul Boys. We have a song that is going to come out
all
in
right.
a little bit. So shout out Chad and
Yeah,
Tony.
shout out Chad. Yeah, be with Chad.
Um, my dream collab. Haven't even really thought about that because I'm busy meeting new people. So I'm going to reserve judgment on that for right now.
Okay, all right.
hmm
Well, I should have
I'm
said
open though.
dead or alive too. Then, 'cause that would have opened up a whole nother thing of your dream collab. But I wanted to make it realistic though, because in this Southern Soul world, it's kind of a small circle. So
Mhm,
the bigger artists are reachable in the Southern Soul era as currently constructed.
mhm.
Although that you can see that changing because
Yes,
yes.
it's getting bigger and bigger.
So, what do you think about the elevation of Southern Soul as a genre, then, especially when, well, you say you've been in the, so, well, let me back up then. So, did you start out as a Southern Soul artist, or was it R&B, or did you just make music?
I just made music, to be honest. I sang mostly blues because that's what was requested where I was singing. So um, the more I wrote, the more I was like, you know what I'm singing sounds different. And one day somebody said, Marcella, that sounds like Southern Soul. And I was like, really? Okay, well, let's try it.
Okay.
hmm
Oh, so what do you think about the elevation of the genre Southern Soul, especially now with it being coined as being from Mississippi? Southern Soul is birthed out of Mississippi.
I think it's healthy that we have something new, something fresh, something different. It's not always so, blues can be a little depressing because it
At
tells
times.
of the struggle of
Yes.
Southern Soul is more of a celebration. We hear a lot more celebration, and not saying that blues does not have its place. It absolutely has its place, but it's wonderful to have something that sheds just a different aspect of our lives. It's upbeat for the most part, and it opens doors. It is almost like a crossover. It's blending different aspects of R&B, blues, gospel. If you start listening to it, some people are even bringing jazz and neo soul into it. So it is becoming a collage of different types of music where everybody can kind of join in.
Yep, I call this. It's more like some uplifting gumbo. It's uplifting musical gumbo is what is how I would characterize it. Because you got all the genres of music that's mixing in. That's for the most part a lot of the new Southern soul music is kind of uplifting, kind of happy, make you feel good. Like we got all the line dances, and
Hmm.
you can just see the positive energy
Yes.
that's circulating. So I hope this
And it's
lasts.
promoting health.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it
it's
is.
making people get up and move. And we're in Mississippi.
Yeah,
Our health statistics are not very good. So
yeah,
the more things that we have in our community, especially to get us up and moving, that's a positive thing.
it
We
is.
can use that as a way to get people to, I'm not going to say lose weight because weight is very important, but something that improves your health, your cardiovascular, oh, excuse me, improve your heart health.
Mm.
It's a good thing.
Yes, it is. It is. So shout out to all the line dancers.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's
keep doing what you're doing.
yeah, that wake up sore the next day. Shout out to Marlena. She may be sore. I'm pretty sure she danced the night away, although she said she wasn't feeling well today. So, but the next thing is we're gonna check out one of your songs here in a minute. Now, which song did you want us to check out first?
Swing Hips because it is my first song. I wrote it. It was just a lighthearted, friendly song that I was like, you know what? This is it. This is the first one that I want to put out.
So now, before we play the song, go ahead and describe this to us. Tell us about the song and what was behind the creative process with Swing Hips.
I had just um, gotten out of one aspect of school, and I was like, you know what? I am ready to just go out and have a good
You
time.
was ready to swing some hips.
Yes, I
Is
was
it just
ready
that
to
simple?
get down. It was just that simple.
You was ready to swing some
I
hips.
was ready.
You was ready to celebrate.
I was ready to be outside.
Okay, and that's what it was.
Yes.
All right, and you wanted to swing some hips. You was
I
ready to go
didn't need no
celebrate and go
liquor.
outside. So that's what came to mind, and that's what you went to create.
Yes,
All right, so sound like a happy song.
it is.
All right, well, Handy, you got that ready for us over there? All right, so right here on the Lounge Radio Show, 90.1 FM, WMPR, we're debuting M. Renee's song, Swing Hips. Y'all keep it locked. We'll be right back with M. Renee. Now the way I got it worried, but I got some time. Gonna spend it like it's counting down. I'm gonna put on my freedom shoes. Gonna listen to some good old blues. Gonna let the music hit my soul. Gonna let this music take control. You gotta swing them hips around and round. Gonna make you go up, down. Gonna swing my hips around and round. Gonna make them go up and down. Don't need a whiskey, I just need a say. Let's show my make sure to share the video from Facebook. It's on Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, we live now.
Okay.
On the Lounge Radio Show page. I came to party all night long. Not gonna stop till the break of dawn. Fellas, grab your lady. Ladies, grab your man. Show 'em why they're a big fan. You gotta swing them hips around and round. Gotta make them go up, down. Gotta swing them hips around and round. Gonna make them go up and down. Oh, with it now. Thank you.
Gonna let my head down, don't care what people say. I came to party, today is my day. I'm feeling to get my groove on. I'm Mr. DJ, that's my favorite song. Gonna let my head down, don't care what people say. I came to party, today is my day. And gonna swing my hips around and round. Gonna make them go up, down. You gotta swing them hips around and round. You gotta make them go up, down. Hey, this is your girl M. Renee. Swing hips.
You heard it right here during the Lounge Radio Show. That was M. Renee with Swing Them Hips. I can already picture you doing that. We got M. Renee in the building right here at 90.1 FM in the studio. So now, you were swinging them hips when did you got the DJ to play that the night you went out?
I did,
And you were swinging them hips.
for sure.
I don't know why I can picture. Is it a video? Is it a video for that song? Because I need to go check it out.
I'm making one.
Okay, all right.
Process.
Now you got people already probably was searching to go see what M. Renee looked like, want to see you swinging them hips. And so now with that song there, it's a fun song and it's what I would classify as Southern Soul too. So I can see why they told you, because you said that's your first song.
Yes.
That's your first song released as a professional recording artist.
Yes.
Okay, so so you definitely qualify. So somebody sent you in the right direction. So
Yes,
whoever told you that first, tell them thank you.
I will.
All right. So now, do you have an EP or anything out already?
I have a EPK, out. I will link it on the show in the comments.
Okay. So how many songs do you have released?
Right now, I have 2 songs released. I'm currently working on 3 more
Okay.
right now. So within the next 6 months, you're gonna see a lot more of me.
Okay. So we're gonna take the other song out later.
Yeah.
So now, what are some of your plans with the music? Like, where do you see yourself going in the Southern Soul genre as well? Because we mostly kind of focus on Southern Soul here. So where do you see yourself going with that? Because the other song that we listen to would fit Southern Soul criteria.
Maybe.
Okay, so we gotta wait and see.
Yeah, you gotta wait and see.
Okay. So where do you see yourself going there?
As far as it's gonna take me.
As far as it's gonna take you?
I'm not gonna limit myself.
Okay.
So as far as this will take me, I'm gonna go.
All right. So we're gonna call it to the top then.
Oh yes. I'm
Okay.
gonna work hard and get better day by day.
All right. So what do you see? And definitely I like the voice too. So what do you see your number one asset in being an artist being in right now? Like you if that's your first single and looking in the mirror and evaluating yourself, what do you see to be your number one asset?
My being able to translate what I'm feeling into words. I want my music, as I said earlier, to have a message. I don't want to say the same thing over and over and over, and that's fine. But I really want my music to, when you hear, you're gonna be like, wow, I heard a story in 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
And I want you to feel that you've heard a whole sermon. I'm not trying to preach, but I want you to feel like you've heard a story, from good or bad, sad or happy.
Okay. Well, well, you did make me visualize the swinging the hips.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a good start.
And I'm going to do party songs. I'm going to do love songs. I'm going to do breakup songs. So I got a little bit of everything.
Now it sounds like you kind of came from the poetry area. Did you used to do poetry too?
I did a little bit.
Okay, because that's what it sounds like. I'm getting the poet vibes. That's the kind of vibes I'm getting.
Yeah, I grew up. My mom was a very big proponent of reading, and we did a lot of speaking when I was little. So we grew up with something called Children's Day at our church. So a bunch of kids, I would say my granddaddy and grandma would pack us all up, and we would go from church to church, and we would have our speeches to say, we would have our songs to sing. And she really focused on us, making us learn our speeches. So we would say Maya Angelou, The Creation by Langston Hughes. So it was always something that we were learning how to do.
That's great. Now, if you're out there in the listener audience, or even on social media or YouTube, if you have a question for M. Renee or even a comment, you can call 601-948-5950, and you get a chance to speak to her while she's here. So, my next thing would be, you said you came from a musical family. How, tell us about your musical family and how they impact you as an artist.
Well, my granddad, he could sing a little bit, but it was my great aunts, Aunt Mary, Aunt Queen, Aunt Canary. You can hear their names; they all rhyme, but they were fabulous singers, and I'm talking about like soulful. And they sang. They opened for the Staple Singers. Their children, they sing the Golden Bells from Lexington. Fitzgerald, he's the one who kind of gave me my first opportunity to sing. And my cousins, a lot of them sing. We've all been in the band, like almost everybody in our family was in the band. I played
In the
clarinet.
high school band?
Yes, high school band.
Okay.
Um, I could have went to college and played, but I decided I had an academic scholarship, so I chose to go that route. But I played clarinet and saxophone. In high school, I was in the choir. GC at Alcorn had a fabulous time down there. Oh my
Oh, man,
gosh.
you're Alcornite.
Ooh, yes. Go
Okay.
Braves.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a hand to two. Yeah, well, I'm D.I. Love, so
Mm, you know, we still love.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's all love.
it's
We all in the
love.
swag, baby.
Mm-mm.
We're not gonna let nobody separate us. I'm
No.
just representing my school now, just like you represent yours.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So with you saying that, now I did notice though when you said the auntie's name, you said sang.
Sang.
You said they sang,
Yes.
so they could sing.
So they could sing.
So they was really would have been your inspiration there. And after hearing them,
Yes.
you used to go off and try to imitate them.
Oh yes. And one cousin in particular, we called her Booty.
What you call it?
Booty. She passed away a little while ago, but
My condolences.
yeah, but she made such a huge impact. Her and her daughter, both of them fabulous singers. Val, both of them fabulous.
And these are
And
all singers from Lexington, right?
all singers from Lexington,
Okay.
all family.
A whole family of singers, and so are you the only one that's recording professionally though?
You have the blues man, and you have Fitzgerald with the Golden Bells, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All right. So you
Oh,
do.
I did forget about Robert Williams. He plays for several artists around. So he plays guitar, mean guitar.
Okay, you're a
Woo.
musician.
Oh yes.
You're a musician. You got any aspirations of going actually playing one of the instruments on one of your songs?
That would be great. It would probably be the clarinet if I did anything.
You would choose the clarinet over
Oh
the
yeah,
saxophone.
absolutely.
Okay. All
I
right.
did better on the clarinet. I'm gonna be honest.
All right. Well, I say practice the saxophone too, though, because the saxophone, there's something about the saxophone too that in this genre of music that could make you, feel a certain type of way.
I understand.
Yeah. So
I'm
now,
taking into consideration.
yeah, it's just a thought. You know what I mean? It's saying, you singing the way you sing, then playing that saxophone. Now that'll get you to the top quicker than anything else. Now I'm just telling you, I can't think of one female artist that sings and play the saxophone in Southern Soul. I can't think of one.
You
So
got a point there.
maybe a lane that's open, just a thought. So if you do make it happen, just remember me.
I will.
So now we're gonna go to the second song that you had. Now tell us about your second song that we're gonna be playing here in a few minutes.
I wrote this song because
What is it? What's the name of the song first?
it's called Elevate.
Okay, Elevate. Okay, well that's probably gonna already be self-explanatory, but go ahead though.
Yeah, I found myself sometimes in situations and we realize that we can't let situations and people bring you out of yourself. People are going to treat you like they're going to treat you, and you have the power to choose how you respond to these things. So are you going to pop out and be somebody that if they were to record you, that you would be ashamed of?
Oh wow.
You know, you got to realize that, you know what, I am who I am, and I know whose I am. So what am I going to choose to be?
All right, I heard that Lexington come out you too. So now you basically saying, don't let nobody trick you out the spot. You got to elevate.
Mm-mm. You got to stay in your lane because the universe has a way of fixing things.
Mm, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So these are phrases that you learn from your elders.
Oh yes,
Yes. And so you basically to describe your music, then you passing down knowledge from your elders in your music, and you
absolutely.
making it relatable.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's where most of your stories are coming from, or
Absolutely.
or your writing and it's coming
Yes.
from experiences that and things that you was
That
taught.
I've experienced and what they've experienced. These are stories.
Okay, so we getting the Lexington, Mississippi, what is it, vibes in your music, then,
Oh yes.
and stories, right?
Mhm.
Okay, then. Well, we're gonna get to one other one right quick. Handy. If you can, Handy, play that "Elevate" for us by M. Renee. Let's check out to see another different vibe of her music right here during the lounge on 90.1 FM WMPR. This one's called "Elevate" by M. Renee. Okay, so let's see what you talk about on here.
Mhm. I like this one.
So now you got me listening.
Oh yeah.
In the depths
That's why I said I
of
love
my
this
soul,
Southern soul.
there lies a lake
This is close to the blues.
smooth as sea water, clear as glass, purified by my life's test. Every day is a chance to grow. Got to keep moving forward, polishing my soul. Got to elevate. Got to elevate. Got to
Yeah, I hear them. But they all the same mix. There's
to
different mix on
another
it.
plane. Got to elevate. Got
Yeah.
to elevate. Got to keep
I wonder if that was the right one.
moving forward to a higher plane.
I told you, pick the one that said final mix.
Take my limits and make them a made. Strong as steel alloy, no breaks or
Yeah,
cracks.
it's all right.
And ancestors
For regular rotation, though, you don't want to do it.
Every day is a chance.
These are two really good songs, though.
Got to keep
They got their own lanes.
forward, polishing my soul. Got to elevate. Got to elevate.
This was needed, though.
Got to keep
Oh, yeah.
moving forward to another plane. Got to elevate. Got to elevate.
We got to run with the other one to get their attention, but it's the type of music we need right now. Something inspirational. Just saying something like,
That's my inspirational song. That's the type of some of the music that I write.
you bad though. I want to see what you got. Come on with the rest of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you bad though. At the end of it, or you got another verse?
That's it.
All right, man. That's Elevate by M. Renee. So now that one's got a little more of a blues feel there, man. And you're coming with a positive message. That's definitely what the world needs right now. So look to you on that particular song there, man. That's
Thank you.
my vibe. I need to go just ride in the car and listen to that again to help me meditate.
Yes.
So now you did give a perfect description of your music, because that definitely was how you described your music. So now what's next for M. Renee? What do you got? Because I heard you say you're working on 3 other songs. Like, what do you got coming up? You got any shows coming up? And then when is the new songs coming out?
I do have a show coming up. It's going to be in Lexington, Mississippi at the Village Club.
Hometown.
Hometown. It's going to be July the 26th.
Okay.
I'm going to be opening for Trey Williams.
Okay.
So, yeah. So,
All right. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to
yeah,
Trey.
So I'm super excited about that. The Village Club band is going to be there also. So fabulous singers again. So come on out. You're going to enjoy it, I promise.
Okay. Now, are you doing a track show or are you performing with a band too?
I'm going to do a track show.
Okay.
Yeah, this time.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Sometimes I do perform with the band, just depending on, notice and if I can get everybody gathered up, as they say.
Now, what's the name of the venue one more time?
The Village Club Lounge.
The Village Club Lounge in
Yes.
Lexington, Mississippi,
Yes.
July the 26th.
Yes.
Okay. And so now you said you're working on some new music too, because those 2 songs have a distinct variation. And
Yes.
so if those are the only 2 songs you have out that are that distinct in variation, I'm interested to see what you have coming up. So tell us about what you got coming down the pipeline on the new music.
So the next two of the songs are definitely Southern Soul. No doubt about it.
Okay.
Definitely, no doubt about it. I'm going to be talking about my man.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them. And the other one, I am going to be talking
You just
about.
say one of them. You can't just glaze over there. You just say one of them. You just talk about one of your men. I might
One
have mistook what you
song.
just said.
One of the songs.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right. I just had to
no.
just check to see. I ain't the only one that heard that.
Okay, well, let me clarify. One of my songs.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to get it right. And now, what is the other song about?
It's about love.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm in the positive era of my music right now. After I get these first 5 songs out of the way, then we're going to talk about heartbreak. So I
Okay.
have a bunch of stuff written. I'm just going to have to slowly trickle them out.
So now the first song that's about your man ain't about love
Yeah, it is, but
in a roundabout way. So it's
Roundabout
the well, tell us, at least give us the title of the song. You got the title for it yet?
yes, the best that I am.
The Best That I Am.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I still can't picture that one though being about your man, but then again I can. So you describe yourself.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Being the best that you are for somebody else,
Yes.
for your man.
Mhm.
Okay. You want to give us the title to the other one too? Or you don't have a title for it, or you want to hold on to it?
Oh, I don't mind giving the title to my other one. Safe.
Safe.
Hmm.
Okay. So we'll be on the lookout for those particular songs. So they're taking a totally different direction from the other 2 songs. Sound like already by the titles.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're giving us a wide variety of music,
Yes.
not just no.
I'm very varied.
Okay. Very varied.
Yes.
I haven't heard that one before. Very
Yes.
varied.
Mhm.
Yeah, if I use that one, I'm gonna have to give you credit for it.
Yes, you're gonna have to.
All right, so now get the people your social media too. Let them go look you up, get them your social media, how they can find your music, your YouTube channel, all that good stuff so they can see if they only listen on the radio, so they can go back and see who we got in the building today.
Well, I can be found on all social media platforms at M Renee. It's just simply M Renee or M Renee 11. Take your pick. One of those are gonna pull me up. I promise.
You're gonna have to spell it for them because if you just say M Renee, I'm gonna type in the letter M and Renee.
No, it is M is EM.
Like Eminem. Like
Yep.
Eminem spell his name.
Yep, EM. That's it. And then Renee is spelled RENAE. RENAE. So
All right.
M Renee.
M Renee.
Universally reborn.
Like Eminem, M Renee.
Eminem, that's right.
Yep. Universally reborn.
Mhm.
I like that. I like that. So now, when is your videos scheduled? Because this is gonna be your first video.
Swing Hips will be my first video. It's gonna come out in the fall.
You looking for some dancers, ain't it?
Oh, for sure.
All right, you gonna look for some dancers to swing them hips. You got a line dance for it? Because this line dance is for all the song nowadays. You got one for that one yet?
I do not.
You're gonna have to reach out to one of the creators. You got my girl Keisha Sherrill you can reach out to. That's from Mississippian. You know, of
Okay.
course, Tay Cheesy, you already know.
Mhm.
You know, that's another Mississippian. Them the first two that come to mind. I know do line dance besides our own Marlena. You know, Marlena got
Boy.
you know, then you got I be seeing uh well, Chantel too from the Legacy magazine. Now she be getting down too. I don't know if she creates line dances. Now I'm just saying those are people I see line dancing all the time.
Oh yeah, they're fabulous.
Yeah. And so you know you might have to shoot a scene out there in M Bar or something. Or there go your squad there. Yep.
May have to.
Shout out to the M Bar family, Southern Soul Tuesday M Bar family. It is though. I got to be specific. The Southern Soul Tuesday M Bar family. Southern Soul Tuesday. That is. So so you don't have that scheduled yet, right?
I do not have it scheduled as of yet.
All right. So you know if you're looking to be in the video, hey, go hit her up on her social media. That's
Please.
M Renee EM Renee. All right. And so it's about time for our caller as well. Now I'm gonna give a little softball question. So our question to win those 2 tickets to the second annual Independence Day Southern Soul and Blues concert at Ground Zero Biloxi, July the 6th. That's Sunday, July the 6th, which is our anniversary show, which makes us doing shows there for a year. The question is, where is M. Renee from? Because she said it several times. The number to call is 601-948-5950. Once again, that's 601-948-5950. The first caller that call in and answer the question correctly will win 2 tickets to the second annual Independence Day Southern Soul and Blues concert. So now with you being an artist and having a couple of songs out, when you performing at your shows, what type of songs do you perform? You do covers like you started out doing? You still do those?
I started out doing covers, and just for the sheer lack of material,
Mhm.
yes, I do covers.
Okay, so we got a call. So let me see. We got 2, so I'm just gonna choose one. Caller, you live on the air.
Hi, this is Monique. She's from Lexington, Mississippi.
All right, Monique, you ain't gonna give me a chance to say hey. You ain't gonna give me a chance to ask the question again or nothing. You ready? You really want the tickets then, don't you?
Of course.
All right, Monique. Well, you answered the question correctly. Uh, we'll be texting you with the information. Yeah, can you turn your radio down? Yeah, so we're gonna be calling you with your tickets. So be looking for a text message and answer that message, and we'll get those tickets to you. So thank you for calling. All right, you up?
Congratulations, Miss Monique.
All right. Well, congratulations, Miss Monique. And you are our winner of the 2 tickets. She came ready. She came in hot with the radio on. She ain't even turned the radio down. She was ready to win those tickets. So if you're still listening, Monique, congratulations. We'll get those tickets to you. We got our winner now. We already got our winner caller. So sorry you're a little late on the trigger, but thank you for tuning in. Thank everybody for tuning in as well. We'll be back next week. We'll have some more tickets next week as well. So make sure to tune in the same time from 6 to 7 p.m. right here on 90.1 FM. We give tickets away, or we give something away every week. We're gonna be giving away different gift certificates to different food places around the town. We have T-shirt giveaways, and we're gonna continue to give away tickets to different concerts, giving people something to go do and something to enjoy themselves too. So before we get off the air, you got any shout outs that you want to give out?
Yes, absolutely. I want to, first of all, thank God.
Yes.
And I want to thank my family, my husband, and my 2 children. They have always pushed me. They're like, Mommy, go sing. And my mom, Miss Martha, I love you so much. She hardly ever misses a show. From however many years ago I started doing what I'm doing, even before professionally performing, she was there,
Wow.
always there. My brother, my entire family. When I say I have cousins galore,
Hmm.
and aunts galore. I can't I can't name all of them because there are so many that show up every time. Somebody's always going to be there. And it makes me tear up sometimes when I think about, how they support me in everything that I do. And I can't thank them enough. My family, my friends, oh my goodness, they're there.
Yeah.
So I can't thank them enough. I do not want to call. So y'all cousins, do not get mad at me because I did not call your name.
Well,
Okay?
you can get ready for that, but shout out to having a supportive family and to have so many people in your corner. That's going to work out for you, going a long ways. Having that amount of support behind you. So salute to you for that, and shout out to the husband and kids, especially when you
Oh,
got them behind you and the kids telling you to go sing,
oh
mommy.
yes, they always. They're like, go.
So one thing that I want the people to know though, the experience of having spousal and the kid support. Tell us about that influence on your career. Because I will say this, I deal with a lot of artists, and most of the artists are stagnant because of their spouse and having kids. So now tell us about that experience because you experienced it in a positive way. Tell us what that kind of looks like.
It helps because my husband is always willing to, we work around each other, and that's why I said that I live out of my calendar. My children are very active, especially my oldest, my daughter. So we work around each other and we just make it happen because, my dreams are important, his dreams are important, and their dreams are important. And in order for people to truly be well rounded, we have to realize that life is about give and take in a healthy manner. I'm not going to make any decisions that are going to necessarily hurt any of them. We're going to sit down, we're going to talk about it because when everybody is on board, and if something changes, we go back to the drawing board and we make adjustments. And I think that's very important to have a healthy relationship. And I'm not saying that we don't have issues and that we don't have disagreements, but we have found a way to make it work because, I want him to be happy and I hope that he wants me to be happy in the process. So it it makes me feel good to realize that my family for the most part is they're supportive of the things that I do.
So, what advice could you give someone else that may be experiencing it the opposite way? What advice would you give them to maybe get on track with the way that you're handling things?
Open communication. Be upfront about what you want from the onset. We have to be honest about what we really want. Don't say that, I'm okay with this at the beginning and you have some reservations. Talk about it, see what the reservations are, and see if there is some type of compromise. Um, I try to do things in such a manner that, I won't embarrass or hurt anyone purposely. I want my family to be comfortable with what I'm doing in a fun manner, so talk about it, make compromises if you can, and decide that if this is really something that you really want to do. You know, is your dream or your music something that you just can't live without? And your family, for the most part, and I'm not saying put your family in a poorhouse trying to do that. You have to just be smart and talk about it and make sure that you stay within your means. So I think that's a big thing is, sometimes we can overextend ourselves and you have to realize that, you do what you can do. And if it takes time, it just takes time and do it in a healthy manner that does not destroy your family.
Wow, that's some of the best advice I've heard. Thank you for sharing that because I think that type of advice could help a lot of couples who one or the other is a artist or in the music business or even doing something else. Even that could even help with someone who has a business or just starting a business as well. So thank you for those words of wisdom. Someone has definitely raised you right, and you've been around some great spirits. So thank you for joining us here today on the lounge.
I thank you very much for inviting me. I
No
enjoyed it.
problem. No problem. And so shout out to my co-host Marlena. Hope you feel better soon.
You feel
I
better.
want to thank everyone for tuning in. And once again, that was M. Renee. Debuted a couple of her songs. You got to learn a little bit more about her right here on the Lounge radio show on 90.1 FM. Make sure to follow us on all social media. You can replay the shows on YouTube and Facebook at the Lounge Radio Show. And that's where we at on all social media. So check us out next week. Next week, we got special guests going to be in the building as always. So that's next week, 6 p.m., right here on 90.1 WMPR. Handy, it's on you. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. If you got